Where are you guys coming from?
Evansville, Indiana.
Evansville. You're teachers.
Yes, sir, ma'am.
What do you teach?
I teach world cultures.
In high school?
Middle school world cultures, yes, ma'am.
And did your other administration or other teachers here as well?
We brought over 300. Yes, we have 3 chartered buses and brought over 300 teachers.
What time did you get here this morning?
I don't know what time they got here. We came up separately and stayed in Bloomington last night. So,
And what was it that, it was a far drive. What was it that brought you out today? What are you fighting for? Who are you fighting for?
Well, we're fighting for our students first and foremost because we need more funding to properly bring in supplies and stuff for the kids. I mean, our textbooks are outdated. Everything we own is outdated. Our facilities are falling apart. I even had my students write letters to the legislators, and they were talking about our bathroom. Some of the doors are missing. Some of the doors that are there don't have locks. I mean, it's just about that. Granted, also it is a little bit about me because I've been doing it for 9 years and I'm not making enough money to even send my own kids to college. So paycheck to paycheck after being a teacher for 19 years.
So 19 years. When would you say this issue began?
Wow. I mean,
forever here in Indiana.
Forever here in Indiana. We're behind the times.
Now it's too late?
Hopefully not. Hopefully it's just the right time to get it moving.
Hopefully today makes a major difference.
Yes.
I mean, that's...
It's just got...
Yeah.
So obviously funding is a large part, teacher pay. What are some other issues? Or is there also some stories maybe that you can share with people to kind of really depict how dire the problem is right now?
I mean, the fact that, you have so many kids that have issues with the state mandated testing because people have issues, test anxiety and stuff. They don't take that kind of stuff into consideration. We're wasting all kinds of money on trusting teachers to do not treated like professionals when they want to continue to have something to check on us to make sure we know what we're doing.
Right. They're spending a lot of money on programs that are supposed to help teachers learn how to be better teachers, but they're not giving that money to the teachers that are doing the work. So that's a problem.
And for someone who's been in this industry for 19 years, was it different before? Did we have less testing before?
Not in our career time, but like when we were kids,
right.
There was one test that we took that was a major test, but that was all. Now, in Evansville, our calendar is so full with testing that there's really not very many opportunities to teach because the kids are testing.
Well, and even when we were kids, the testing wasn't so high stakes that it didn't determine the kid's future. It didn't determine the teacher's pay. It didn't determine a letter grade for the school. I mean, if you look at a school's letter grade based on the test, that shouldn't be what it's based on. It should be based on so much more than just one test. I mean, there's other major influences that aren't even considered.
Yeah, and that is something I've heard too, that the negative letter grade, what does that negative letter grade do to a student's education, to their future?
As well, it hurts the teachers because then we get less pay and we're overworked trying to do more and more and more, and really that ends up filtering down to the students because we're only teaching to the test.
Well, and it also makes the students feel like they're how do I want to say it? The kids don't feel as successful because when you're told you're a failure so many times, then don't you feel like one? I mean, and so if you're not doing right on a test, it demoralizes them. That's the word I was looking for. It really does. It does demoralize them. And that's just not where we want our kids to be. We want our kids to feel confident about their future and their abilities, whether it be go to college or a trade school. We need more people in trade schools as well.
I actually teach an early childhood education class for kids that want to become educators, and it's really hard for me to encourage them to be educators knowing what we go through and what we make. If you break it down into the hours of work we put in and then dollar per hour, it's not really great. I don't want to encourage people to do it, really, but it's a good field to be in. You get a lot of personal satisfaction, but the dollars aren't there.
So you're hoping lawmakers hear you?
Yes,
yes ma'am.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Red for red.